Churches, ministries, first responders, and volunteers unite for the Day of Hope. I'm Lisa Oligas, and this is Newsmakers. In this edition, we explore the community-wide outreach event that offers resources for recovery, along with supports for individuals and families in need. We begin our conversation with Day of Hope coordinators, Elmer and Jackie Marshall. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
What a neat idea. This event is new and targets the idea that those who often help others might need support themselves. So, Elmer, share with us what prompted you to even plan this event from the get-go.
So, this event originates because my sister, who passed away in
February.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
In February, she was a crisis therapist, and she loved helping people, and she loved Jesus, and she really had a heart for helping people. You know, she acted like she was tough, but she really did love people. And so we had talked previously, not about something this extent, you know, but just wanting to reach out and help people, you know, and maybe having a program or something, you know, and just in passing in conversation. And so after she passed away, I really wanted to find something that would honor her legacy, you know, and so I thought, what better way than to try to unite churches and get people together, and let's have a day of revival. And then it just turned into this.
It's exploded, yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, we know that it can be true for those in the military, but it can also be the case for first responders and even church pastors who often have an ear for problems that, you know, they can also get overwhelmed. So Day of Hope is planned for Labor Day. It lasts all day. Give us an idea of all the things planned in this event, because it's music and more.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, and it's for everyone. You know, the first responders and the pastors and that therapists. That's one segment that we have of it, but it's really a large thing for everyone. We have so many ministries and outreaches that are coming. We have churches that are uniting, which that's really, God is really moving. You know, and so. But
you did mention that's rare. So how many churches are involved?
Currently, we have 7 that have committed to being a part of it, and then we're at like 21 ministries, I think, that have signed on with being a part of it.
And then businesses as well.
Yeah, we're at like 26 businesses, if I remember right, that are behind it. And so it's going to be a day of, there's going to be music and then a testimony, probably a little intermission, music, a testimony, intermission, starts at 10 a.m. It's going to go all the way until, we're saying until God tells us it's over, which is probably around 9:30.
Time to go to bed.
Yeah. So.
Well, we'll be talking with a couple of the pastors involved, but it is rare for churches to unite like this, you said. Why is that, and what are some of the focuses on the ministries that will be attending the event? Because you mentioned there's like food kitchens, things like that.
Yeah, so with the churches, I don't know why it seems so hard. You know, we have different denominations that are involved, and I love hearing that, because when I think about the word denomination, I think about the word division, and so many times that they don't want to interact, and so we're seeing these churches that are coming together, and we're all one body, you know. I mean, we're supposed to be one body, and so seeing them being willing to be that and set aside the, I don't want to say trivial, but the small differences to try to help the whole is just really inspiring to me.
So a lot of these are ministries that believe that faith helps you in recovery. So talk about some of the ministries that the various forms that they'll be coming in. Yeah,
we have quite a few sober living homes, a sober living for women, which you guys are going to talk to today. We have Hope Kitchen, which is they feed not only the homeless but the community. We have food pantries that give away food to people. We have counselors that are coming in. We have a ministry that called us the other day that they minister only to pastors. Like this was really neat, is they only minister to pastors, and we were looking for someone that could minister to pastors and first responders, and they just called us and said, hey, we heard about this, can we be a part? And so,
Jackie, this is a family-friendly event, so tell us how it can be good for kids and families as well.
We're going to have a lot of activities. We have 2 huge obstacle course bounce houses. So we've got the bounce houses that'll be out there. We're getting a dunk tank. We're working on getting some games, activities. I think there might be some potato sack races. Talking about having a cornhole tournament. I'm supposed to be reaching out to somebody I know who's got goats and baby goats, and so we might have maybe a little mini petting zoo.
Yeah. That can be very calming, for sure.
Oh, well, especially with kids. I mean, baby animals and baby kids.
So this is located at your event center. Tell us
Yes.
about the event center and the space you have.
So we co-own Country Charm Event Venue. It is in Neosho. We're outside city limits, so the event venue itself is 5 acres, but it's set within 40 acres that we are having available because we're going to need it for parking, I think. So we have a beautiful venue. We have a large indoor space. It's 4,000 square feet. So that's going to accommodate serving the food and some of the music. It'll be a cool place for the people that need to go in and cool off. We'll probably put a first aid station in there. We have a large outdoor space next to the venue where we're going to set up the stage for music, so people can bring their lawn chairs and they'll be able to sit down, listen to the music off and on throughout the day, listen to the testimonies. And then in the back of the 5 acres, it's really a park. So it's got these beautiful, mature, shady trees, and that's where all the booths are going to be set up. So people will just be able to wander around, enjoy the shade, visit with the different ministries, see the different booths, get information and talk to people that they're looking for. So it's really going to encompass a lot of different activities at a lot of different levels for whatever people are looking for. And of course, there's going to be free food. And then we've got several food trucks that are coming out that have specialty foods, and they'll also be there as well. So they can eat the free food, or they can go buy something if they want a dessert or coffee, depending on what all we have out there.
Yeah. So, I mean, you mentioned maybe bringing a lunch. What do guests need to know and visitors need to know before coming to the venue about what to bring, what not to bring?
Bring sunscreen. We will provide water, but I would recommend bringing water bottles. Wear comfortable shoes. You're going to be spending the day walking. Just come ready to have fun and enjoy yourself. Bring the family. We are geared for all ages. If you want to bring your own picnic lunch, bring a picnic lunch, but we're going to provide food. Bring a lawn chair, some chairs, blankets to sit on. Bugs, yes, definitely bring some bug spray.
Because you're in the outdoors.
We are in the outdoors. There are unfortunately ticks, so be prepared for that. So just bring whatever you feel like you want. Yeah. Bring your cameras so you can record it and take pictures and have fun.
Is there a designated parking area, or will there be people directing traffic?
Both.
Yeah, we definitely have a traffic team that's going, I believe the sheriff's department is going to help with traffic out on the road. And then as they get into the facility, we have tracking teams that are parking teams that'll park them in designated areas and then help people when they want to leave so that everything's not congested.
Talk about some of the musicians that will be playing. I mean, you have a number of different bands, or are they kind of local groups?
So they're all local ministries that are going on, or praise and worship teams. And so there's a wide range. Like I said, we have the Over the Hill gang that they're going to be playing in the morning. And so their ministry is they go and they perform at senior citizens homes and assisted living homes. And so they're kind of that genre. So they'll be there. Then we have a few of the churches are going to have their praise and worship teams there, and they're going to be doing traditional praise and worship. And then for the evening, we have a ministry called Middle Ground Outreach that's out of Neosho on the square, and they are more geared towards rock and roll and a little more that genre. And so they're going to be our closing band for the last like 45 minutes, and then we'll have a final testimony and a gospel message. And so there's music for everyone out there. And so far we're at 7 bands. There could be more, and we could have them going inside and outside all day. We don't know who all is going to come.
So as details unfold, how do people find out more information? Do you have a website that they can go to?
So they can follow us on Facebook, Day of Hope on Facebook. We also have a YouTube channel that we're doing interviews with the different ministries. So if they want to start trying to learn about who's going to be involved, they can go to our YouTube channel and start following us, subscribe on there so they can get to know who is going to be there. And that is called Day of Hope 2026. Or they can follow the Country Charm or countrycharm.com.
Countrycharmvenue.com.
Yeah,
has the basic information, the who, what, when, and where.
You'll know where to connect. Well, great information, and congratulations for an event that seems to already be taking off. First annual, though, right?
Yeah, this is our first year, and we thought it was going to be small, and just based on the amount of people that's involved. If each ministry represents, say, 20 people, we're at like 800 or something more people.
Lots of fun. All right.
Yeah.
Big event. Well, we wish you luck, and we're going to talk more with others. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we talk to operators of 2 ministries bringing their support efforts to the Day of Hope. Welcome back to Newsmakers, where we are getting details about the Day of Hope planned for Labor Day in Neosho, Missouri. Joining our conversation now are Sally Wilborn with Living Proof Outreach Ministry and Amber and Damian Shaw with Full Send Recovery, a women's recovery housing focused on sobriety, accountability, and rebuilding lives. Thank you all for coming to share about your ministries.
Thank you for having us.
We're glad to have you here. Sally, we're going to begin with you. And your ministry is relatively new, if I read online correctly, formed in 2026.
It is actually April 15th of 2026.
Yeah.
God
Tell us
called
about
us
your mission.
into the ministry. Our mission statement is to be the bridge that connects those who don't feel they're worthy to the love and hope of Jesus Christ. You know, basically those that feel that they've just gone too far and nobody can do anything with them. We just want to pour into them and show them that there is hope, and that hope is in Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, often people do feel hopeless, like, oh, I failed at many things. And a lot of people lose money. I mean, you know, so they want to find that hope. So why did you want to be part of Day of Hope as an event, and how do you hope to outreach to people?
Well, honestly, when I seen the flyer on Facebook, the name caught my attention. Just because, like I said, so many people are searching, and they don't know what they're searching for, when they're actually searching for hope and they're lost. And so then when we found out that all the area churches and different ministries and organizations were coming together as one body, that was the definite for us to jump in and see if we could take part of it.
Excellent. That's great. Well, Damian and Amber, how did you get involved with Full Send Recovery? You are actually kind of the founder of this. So tell us what is behind Full Send Recovery.
Well, we wanted a place where women suffering from addiction, chronic homelessness, right out of incarceration, or fleeing abusive situations could find a place to connect with God, rebuild their lives, and really embrace their identity in Christ.
Awesome. Our 3 words are restored, redeemed, ready.
That's good.
So the ministry offers women a place to live, right, while recovering, and so with various addictions. How does it operate? Do they get referred to you? Can they come on their own? How does it operate in that
Both,
sense?
actually. They can be referred to us via probation and parole or federal probation office, treatment court, veterans court, or they could just maybe hear about us at a meeting or at a church event.
Yeah. Well, it's a great idea. Why did you guys want to be part of Day of Hope?
Well, I have known Elmer previously through other encounters, and when he told me about what he was doing, I really wanted to get involved. I mean, to have all these different denominations and different ministries in one place as a resource, we're firm believers in different programs for different personalities. Not everything is going to fit for every individual. There's not a blanket way to treat and cure or to lead people to Christ. So having all of these places under one canopy to where people can just come and pick and choose what fits and what works for them best in order to grow and heal is just an amazing idea, and we're excited to be a part of it.
Yeah. Tell me about how Full Send works when it comes to, are there fees for staying there? How do the women, I mean, or do they participate, or do they have to give back?
Yeah, so Full Send Recovery is meant to be self-sustaining. So we have program fees. They're $160 per week, $320 for an entry fee. That's $160 for a deposit, and then $160 for their first week's fees. Now, there is access to different funding sources, such as even a scholarship fund that we had started for sober livings in the area that will help pave the way to be able to remove that financial barrier to coming in. Upon entry, we do things such as helping them get their IDs, helping them get their birth certificates, their socials, the marriage certificates if that's what's required to be able to change certain names so that the IDs match. So we go through this step of process in order to be able to get them set up to be able to be employed, help them with things once they have their jobs, such as the non-slip shoes if it's fast food or restaurant work, or maybe some business clothes if it's for a business type of employment. And through that way, the idea is for it to be self-sustaining. However, as of right now, we have worked mainly off of donations, as it does take patience for people to get employed.
You bet, it can be hard. So let's talk about, I know a lot of the focus for this is maybe first responders and those who even work in what you do and sometimes also needing support. And are those who work in sort of those high intensity fields at risk of addiction? Are they, kind of because of all the stress of their work?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody is at risk for addiction. Anything that's not done in moderation and can be abused and subsequently cause physical dependencies. However, that is not the main demographic that we service. Most of the clients that we have are women from broken homes that had traumatic childhoods, self-medicated, and then subsequently became addicted to drugs and alcohol.
Now, I do know that in like the 12-step programs that are out there, they often include a higher power. How important is faith in your ministry?
So there are multiple pathways to recovery. So we support the idea that there are thousands of different ways for people to find a recovery. What our ministry is for the people who choose this particular pathway. For me personally, I tried 3 different pathways to recovery before I found one that really, really worked for me. So the faith-based aspect of our particular ministry is the centerpiece. It's the cornerstone. Without it, we have nothing. We don't even have the house that we've been living in, because that alone was brought to us by God. It was a blessing from God.
Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior, and we push that Jesus Christ is the only higher power.
So that is a center core of your ministry.
Of our ministry, yes.
Yours, yes.
Yeah.
So, and then talk about with your ministry, Sally, yours is also a faith-based ministry.
Yes,
do you see more people now than ever feeling hopeless? Is there a trend toward this in society? Have we lost our way?
There really is. Especially people with a past or people that have been incarcerated. They get out and society doesn't accept them at all. Oh, you've been to prison, you've done this, you've done that. And society is not forgiving, but Jesus Christ is forgiving. So that's one of our big deals. We also have partnered with Prison Fellowship Outreach Ministry, because the return rate of people who have been incarcerated when they get out, because it's hard to find a job, it's hard to get education, it's hard to even get a place to live, they automatically pretty much go back into the system.
Right.
So.
And part of that might having to be find a new friend group, a new social group, and that can be difficult, right?
Very difficult. I'm a firm believer in who you surround yourself with. You're going to pick up those habits or those lifestyles. I was sober for 24 years and moved back, got around an old acquaintance, and before long I had fell off. So we always stress to everyone, find you a core group that is going to walk beside you, pray with you, encourage you, not drag you off of the right path.
Yeah. So Living Proof also has a Christmas project too. And what's involved in that, and why is it important to do those kinds of things for the community?
The Christmas project that you're talking about is the Prison Fellowship Angel Tree. And what that is basically exactly what it says. Just like the Angel Tree programs that are in the area that everyone sees, this is for incarcerated parents. They actually get to fill out an application. They have to meet a certain criteria. They have to do the legwork. And then they submit their children. They go into a database, and then certain churches, ministries in the area can adopt them. This is our first year, so we have adopted 20 children, and it will be within a 100-mile radius from Joplin to the Grand Lake area. Not only do we get to provide Christmas for these children, from their parents that are incarcerated, because when we bring the gift, we tell them your mom or your dad wanted you to have this gift. So you're keeping that relationship between that child and that parent. But we also get the privilege to make the choice to walk beside that child and the family that is caring for that child while the parent is incarcerated, and just pour into them and show them the love of Jesus.
Yeah, because that can be such a separation.
A big
you know, for those
separation.
families. So good work for you. Thank you. So where are your ministries located, and do you have regular meetings that folks can take part in those?
We are based out of Joplin, Missouri. However, we also do a lot of activities over in the Grand Lake community. We do have a weekly Bible study every Thursday night. We do potluck dinner from 6:30 to 7:15, and then 7:15 to 8:30 the Bible study starts, and then 8:30 to 9, which is visiting and cleanup time. We have a Facebook page as well as a website, so they can look us up there and get all the information on that.
And how about Full Send?
So for Full Send, we take our participants out into the community to be able to help establish those new people, places, things. So some of those meetings that we go to are things such as Come As You Are, which is located in Flintlock Baptist Church. So that's on Tuesdays and that's on Fridays. On Fridays it starts at 6. And then we also take them to church, and we go to Fairview Baptist on Sundays and Wednesdays. But we currently do not open our house to visitors, just to be able to protect. There are some women who come from some certain backgrounds where it's just privacy is a sacred thing for them.
Well, congratulations on the work you're doing, and look forward to seeing you at Day of Hope. Thanks for being here.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And we're going to take another break. When we return, leaders from churches joining forces to bring hope to those hurting. Welcome back to Newsmakers, where we are learning about the first ever Day of Hope event being held on Labor Day at the Country Charm event venue in Neosho. As we mentioned near the start of the show, at least 7 churches are joining forces to back this event. So now we welcome some members and pastors of the participating churches in the Day of Hope. Joining the conversation is Pastor Bill Hackworth with God's Glory Tabernacle International and John Whitehead with Tiff City Community Church. Gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So Elmer had mentioned earlier that it is rare that churches come together at the same event. So why was it important for you as churches, your churches, to be involved? Pastor, first, you go first.
We kind of want to, we're not a denominational church, so it's important for us just to come together with the body of Christ and to just spread the gospel, show the love of God, and kind of break down some of the old traditional views of church and how church is supposed to be ran.
It's not just attending a service.
Right. Right. We're part of a international body that goes worldwide, and everybody's welcome to be part of it. And so sometimes the view of church can be insider outsider type of thing. And so we really, even at our church, we put an emphasis on it's not an insider outsider. Everybody's included, whether you attend here or attend somebody somewhere else. We're all brothers and sisters, and so an event like this can kind of showcase that we can come together and just love on people.
Yeah, and feeling welcome is important.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it has been advertised, the event, as one day, one purpose, and eternal impact. So how can having people share their testimonials of faith help drive home this message? And
I think
John,
a lot of
something?
people believe that God's not interested in them. And they think that they've done things maybe that are so bad that God doesn't want, he can't fix them or he can't do anything for them. I think it's important to understand that we're all in the same boat. Yeah. None of us are any better off or any worse off than anybody else. And no matter what someone's gone through or going through, there's always somebody out there that's been through the same thing. And that's part of being the family, is that we're all just one big body. You know, as Christians, we're supposed to be one big body, followers of Christ, not necessarily followers of a denomination.
Yeah.
And your church, Tiff City, has done things like back to school supplies. Why is it important to sort of do those outreach kind of things and be supportive of the community?
I think it's important to show that we want to be the hands and feet of Jesus. We want to be, you know, meet the needs of the people physically so that Jesus can help meet their needs spiritually. And as the hands and feet, we just want to reach out to as many people as we can to share him with them in any opportunity we have to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, we've talked with the others about people feeling hopeless. Getting that help can maybe give them that little bit of hope. I was told there's even a ministry that offers a retreat for pastors, and part of this effort is to support caregivers and others. As pastors, do you agree that this is your job can take a toll?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it'll wear on you. I mean, a lot of times you're hearing, you know, the worst of everybody's story. The worst of most of the time when people are reaching out to you, text you, message you. I think even now it's tougher than say it was. You know, we started ministry say close to 20 years ago, but with social media and the ability to text, there's not really hours anymore. People can reach out to me at 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock in the morning, and so it can definitely wear on you and take a toll on you. If you know, with maturity, you learn to kind of set some boundaries up, but even with those, you can be emotionally a toll taken on you emotionally and spiritually.
So were you surprised when they said, hey, this day of hope is also for those who are there giving hope to others?
Yeah. I think that's awesome because I think sometimes we miss the leaders sometimes to get wore down physically and emotionally.
Yeah, I know they're having something special for first responders and others who might be overwhelmed by the stress and darkness of jobs that they do. Why do you think it's important to support those individuals?
Well, I think pastors spend so much of their time taking care of their flock. You know, so as the shepherd of the flock, you know, who takes care of the shepherd? Somebody mentioned a while ago, who takes care of mama when mama gets sick?
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. You know, who takes care of our pastors when something happens in their life? You know, who do they go to? Who can they lean on? As church members, that's part of our job. But I think sometimes that they just feel so overwhelmed that they need somebody maybe outside their circle just to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tiff City even does things like food distribution.
Yeah.
And so talk about that. Years ago, a friend in faith once told me that government was stepping in where churches sort of had stepped out. How do you think this is does this day help bring focus to the efforts of that responsibility?
Oh, I think so. You know, it is, you know, we talk about it, Tiff, we talk about doing life together. And this is part of life. You know, if one of us is hungry, we're all hungry. So we do a food ministry every third Monday. We get donations, and it's a first come, first serve. You show up, and if there's something there that you want, you take it. But like once again, we're just trying to meet the needs of the people in our community.
Well, let's remind folks of the day of the event. So it's Labor Day. Where's it happening?
I think it's
Country Charm.
Country Charm, yeah.
Yeah?
It's in Neosho, right behind the Max Steel building.
Okay. And all day.
All day. That's what Elmer tells us, and he says we're going to be there all day. We're going to be there all day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for all the information. Thanks for what you do.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you being here. And that wraps up this edition of Newsmakers. I'm Lisa Alligas. Thanks to our guest, and thank you for watching.